This just in on After the Puck Drops. Breaking news, it seems as Jonathan Toews wants to make a comeback to the NHL. According to TSN's Pierre LeBrun, longtime Chicago Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews appears to have interest in making a return to the NHL. According to LeBrun, he says Jonathan Toews reached out to his agent, Pat Burson, yesterday to inform him he's 100% committed to coming back to the NHL next season. His agent says he will start taking calls from NHL teams on Toews now leading up to July 1st, which is the free agent frenzy. The Blackhawks selected Toews' third overall pick in the 2006 NHL draft, and he spent all 15 years of his career in Chicago. During his time in the Windy City, Toews scored 372 goals and 883 points in 1,067 games, captaining the Blackhawks to 3 Stanley Cups in 2010, 2013, and 2015. Toews sat out the entire COVID-19 shortened season in 2020 and 2021 due to long-term effects from the virus. Toews rejoined the Blackhawks for 2 seasons before stepping away after the 2022-23 campaign to focus on his health. During his absence, Toews went on a healing journey in India. In 2024, Toews shared his feelings via an Instagram post. It's too long of a story to share all the details here, but it's been almost 5 years of searching for a way to heal the inflammatory and immune system issues that took me out of hockey. The wisdom of Ayurveda has taught me that everything I experience, I am responsible for. Not only did it teach me better diet choices specifically to my body type, it has deepened my intuitive relationship with myself and the world around me. After being away from the game for 3 seasons, the now 37-year-old is looking to return to NHL action. Could the Canucks sign him for their second-line center need? It seems unlikely, but he is a name that fits their needs. However, taking a shot on a guy who hasn't played in 3 seasons and trusting him in such an important role is a little too risky. Wherever he lands, he may be suited best for a bottom 6 center role. Also making news, Jonathan Marchessault opens to being traded. And Daily Faceoff's Frank Silveri shared on Daily Faceoff Live that just after 1 season with the Nashville Predators, Jonathan Marchessault might be open to a change. I think he's pretty open to the move. It's written reason. He isn't going to accept the deal to pretty much anywhere, depending on how he shapes his list. In a perfect world, he would love to go to the Montreal Canadiens and go home, as he's a Quebec native. In his first year with the Predators, Marchessault scored 21 goals and 35 assists for 56 points in 78 games. This season's total was exactly half of what he had the year prior, when he set a career high with 42 goals with the Vegas Golden Knights. But it wasn't just Marchessault. The Predators team as a whole was the biggest disappointment across the entire league last season, after making the 3 biggest splashes in free agency, signing Steven Stamkos, Brady Skjei, and Marchessault. Many pegged the Predators as Stanley Cup contenders. However, they finished with the 3rd worst record in the league, 30, 44, and 8. At 34, it's not surprising that Marchessault would want to move on to a team where he has a better chance of winning. Could the Canucks be interested in Marchessault? Or better yet, would Marchessault have an interest in coming to Vancouver? He has a full 15-team no-trade clause. His scoring prowess could be a trade option if the Predators do make him available. And the New York Rangers are testing the market on Andre Miller. And Sportsnet's Elliot Freeman mentioned he had a few people message him and tell him that there are more defensemen that are out there than he previously mentioned. Andre Miller was one of them. It's not a guarantee that the New York Rangers trade him, but they are testing the market on Miller. They want to know what he is. We'll see where this goes, but his name is definitely out there. Miller is a 25-year-old left-shot defenseman who is coming off a 2-year, $3.8 million contract after an impressive 22-23 campaign. The 6'5" blue liner scored a career-high 9 goals and 43 points, earning himself that bridge deal. Now 2 years later, Miller is searching for his big payday. However, after a decline in defensive play and point totals in 24-25, the Rangers are trying to find a new home for Miller. Typically, when a young defenseman becomes available, the Canucks should jump all over it. However, with the current state of the Canucks left side defense with Quinn Hughes, Marcus Pettersson, and Elias Pettersson, it doesn't appear this would be a trade they pursue. And the Seattle Kraken name Lane Lambert as new head coach. After relieving Dan Bolsma just over 1 month ago, the Seattle Kraken have found their new bench boss, Lane Lambert. There were 3 other names in consideration for this job: Marco Sturm, Ontario Reline head coach, Mitch Love, Washington's assistant coach, and David Quinn, Pittsburgh's assistant coach. However, as on Wednesday, Elliot Freeman reported that it was a 2-headed race with Lambert and Quinn to be the next head coach. Lambert spent the previous season as the assistant coach for Craig Berube with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He also has head coaching experience with the New York Islanders. However, that was short-lived as he was replaced after a season and a half by Patrick Waugh. During his time on the island, Lambert finished with a 61, 46, and 20 record, reaching the playoffs in his only Finnish season. It's clear that the Kraken wanted to steer toward a head coach who had NHL head coaching experience. The Canucks will see Lambert at least 3 times a year now that he's the head coach of the Seattle Kraken. And that is the latest on After the Puck Drops.